episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. I got my coffee. I'm in a chatty mood. Hope y'all are too. Good morning, Santee. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well this morning. Says we got a couple people viewing right now. Somebody back there lurking in the shadows. Good morning, Sarah. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're feeling better this morning than you was a couple days ago. I know, I really like this background. I might keep it a little bit. I've got a lot of that material left. I'm thinking about making a suit out of it. At least a vest. I don't know. Maybe a whole suit. You know me. I like to change things up once in a while, and you know, keep everybody guessing what things are going to be like. Good morning, Tony. Good to see you, bud. Well, I don't know how many of you read the post I made day before yesterday, or was it early yesterday morning? It might have been early yesterday morning. I made it. Um, the wife and I talked it over, and I'm going to spend the next 3 months really working hard. Um, I'm actually gonna start going back to the good morning, beautiful mess. Welcome in. Good to see you. I'm actually gonna go start going back to the gym again on my days off. You guys know that I have plenty of those right now, while the new owners are trying to figure out what the hell they're doing with the bar and everything. Morning, Deb. Good to see you, bud. Conundrum. Good morning, my friend. But I have decided to pursue the survivor thing. Um, I actually submitted the application yesterday morning. Um, the application video will be up tomorrow morning. It's only 3 minutes and 30 some odd seconds long. Um, but yes, definitely pursuing the survivor thing. Just waiting on the phone call now. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna find. I'll find something. I'll find something in Fiji to smoke. If if season 47 rolls around and you start seeing the camp looking like a tobacco plantation, then you'll know that all that hanging stuff in the attic of the lodge above the fire drying out is me. Morning, Chris. Good to see you. Morning, Jan. Stopping by to say hi. Yeah, that's really all I can do this morning, too. I found out over the weekend that the little Indian guy that has been working 7 days a week that the owners brought in with him, his uncle back in India passed away on Friday, and we don't know if. Hey, Ben, good to see you, man. Glad you could make it, brother. Um, we don't know if he's going to go back to India. It's about $3,000 or something weird, some high ass number like that. But we don't know if he's going to be going back or not. So right now, I'm back on my normal hours. We're still down to 3 days a week a piece, 3 and 4. But my hours lengthened out, so I have to start going in there like earlier again. So this is only going to be probably an hour and a half. Um, so I have plenty of time to get myself ready and get in there earlier instead of going in at open like I've been doing because he's been there to set up. So let me see here. I've been pretty good, Ben. I've been pretty good. Um, Maintaining everything. That's what made me make the decision to do the Survivor thing. I realized that um, I'm just, I feel good. I feel good. My sugar's low. I'm watching my diet. I've been exercising, but I'm going to start. I'm going to start doing the gym thing in on my days off, and I'm going to start following the weightlifting program that I did 10 years ago. Um, just basically to put on, the muscle weight and everything. So, I mean, I'm still, 30 pounds overweight. So they say the average person loses about 20 pounds over the month with the constant competition, the exercising, the swimming, the rice, things like that that you got to eat if you don't win the competitions. So, hey, who knows? I might actually be able to get back down to my ideal weight at 55 years old. I'm living the dream. We're all living the dream, brother. We're all living the dream. Chuck is back in the hospital. Oh, gotta roll this back down for a second. Come on, you bastard. There it goes. Chuck is back in the hospital. They let him out way too early. He can't use his legs to stand at the moment. Talk to him. Oh no. Jeez, God. Poor dude, man. That's terrible. Looking great. You look like a white Mr. T. I don't have a mohawk. 30. 20 says who it's only 10 at your age. Yeah, okay. Maybe so. Wish I didn't have to work early in the morning. I wouldn't mind a 9:30, 10 o'clock start, but I'm over the 5:30 a.m. get-ups. Dude, I've been up since 3:30 this morning. I tried my darndest to lay back down, and my body just wasn't having it. I got out of bed, went out, laid on the couch, and laid there for 45 minutes and finally came in here and got the coffee pot fired up, and body wanted no part of that sleeping any longer thing. Under my normal weight by a fair bit. So there, na 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 na. Living the dream is funny when you hear a bitter and jaded barista say, yeah, a little bit. Sounds like some of our baristas here. I'm so not jaded. Jay's birthday's tomorrow. Ashley came down for the weekend to celebrate. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that she got to come down and spend some time with you guys. No, I was talking about a Starbucks barista when they stare at you and say, living the dream. Yeah, really. Yeah, I'm with you, Tony. I stay out of the barista stuff. If if the wife just happens to get some really good fancy creamer or something like that and makes a pitcher of iced coffee, I might have a cup of it or something on occasion. But for the most part, I'm right here. I'm right here with my black coffee. Black is beautiful, and you don't got to deal with crappy baristas first thing in the morning. Like for summer, it's warming up in Ontario. It's warming up here too. We're supposed to get up to almost 50 degrees again today. This whole week, we're sticking in the high 40s. So who knows? It'll probably snow like hell next week. But we're we're staying in 48, 49 degree range here. So after 3 hours, I wake up, but I can fall back asleep. But up and down every 45 minutes till I say with it. I usually wake up after 3.5, 4, sometimes 4.5 or 5 hours. But then I start getting tired again. If I don't stay active, I start getting tired again after 8:30 or 9, and that don't work on the days that I have to show up early. So I just force myself to stay up and force myself to stay up until 9 or 9:30 at night, and then I lay back down. And my wife, she had the girls over to play some cards last night, so I laid down about 9:30, 9:40, something like that, and 3:30, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Toying with the idea of spending my birthday next month in the mountains. Could spend your birthday next month in Michigan. I have the sleep insomnia, so it's up late every night. Like now, it's 11:40 p.m. I know, don't seem late, but when you go to work, the lack of sleep does affect. Yeah, it does. You're right. It does. It's -1. How's that arm? Do you have a sleep machine? Seems you're taking CO2 when you sleep. Are you talking? You talking to Ben? Um, Conundrum? Because I was going to do the CPAP machine here a few years ago, but the insurance wouldn't pay for the $120 battery. And since I'm gone so much in the summertime, camping and stuff, an electric CPAP machine would not work for me. But the wife got it, and they wound up taking it away from her because she used it too much. She would put the mask on, have that fresh oxygen blowing into her, and she'd fall asleep and leave it on half the night. So, yeah, they took the machine that she needed away because she used it. 5 hours has been normal for me my entire adult life, most of my childhood. I don't have a sleep machine. I have prescribed cannabis from my doctor, which I'm having now. I wake up at 4 every morning. Just enjoy my quiet time until the kids get up. I, I, that's when I do all my work in here. with the exception of that noise you're hearing right now. Um, that's when I get all my recording done, stuff like that on days that I know there's going to be a lot of activity, or when I have to leave and come back or go to work or something like that. I do all my recording early in the morning, which it's really kind of hard. Yes, it's a train. Um, when I'm sitting in here recording and I get right in the middle of recording and all of a sudden, wink, wink. It's like we can hear the rumble on the tracks, guys. We don't need the horn every 25 feet. I used to love my quiet time. The train, boss, the train. 3, 4 a.m. till 6. Then the melee starts. Do Bible study, or I just sit in silence. Love my quiet time. After I get home from work, I sit and read my book. I don't have quiet time when I get home from work. The daughter's already home. The wife gets home about an hour and a half later. Now, starting on Valentine's Day, she goes back on night shift. So it's going to completely flip-flop my schedule around again. I'll be still getting up 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. She'll be getting home about 6:30, and going to bed, and then she'll be taking off 9:30 at night to go back to work. So it's gonna completely flip-flop me around again. This every 6 months stuff, man. Every 6 months. And her days off are gonna change again. They just put her on Thursdays and Fridays. Now they're gonna put it, when she goes on night shift, she'll go back to Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So yeah. I would just sit and read news back in the era of newsprint. Yeah, really. And eyes were 30 years better. Playboy reads the articles. Good morning, Skipper. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well this morning, my friend. They use the horn for a few reasons. One, if it's a turn with hidden crossover or just a hidden crossover. Yeah, through my town, it's pretty much a straight shot. But for some reason, they hit the horn about a half a football field between each railroad crossing. No turns or curves or anything like that. They just do it before every crossing. Even though we have, the electric, crossing guards that come down and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm reading a series of novels based in the Smoky Mountains by author Lynn Stepsara. All the places mentioned in the books are places I'm familiar with. That's cool. Mostly for bus crossovers. You just try racing the tracks where the arm comes down. Yeah. Not bad things. A lot of snow here in Alberta. The only snow we have left right now is what they plowed up on the sides of the road 2 weeks ago. It's still here. Even though we had all those days of rain and everything else, I actually seen some yesterday that was still piled up about 4 feet, right out here, not very far from the house, by what I call Camp Ritchie Folk, Diamond Lake. They had plowed out all the cul-de-sacs and pulled all the snow out, and then threw it up on the sides of the road by the dollar store and the bank and stuff like that. I was really blown away when I seen it was still piled up that high. It's like, God, we had 4 foot of snow out here beside our road, but hell, it's only about that big now. Taking my kids to Gatlinburg in a few weeks. Well, that'd be a cool trip. They have bells and horns. Here go, see, Smoky Mountains. That's a Playboy name. You can keep it in Alberta. Don't want it over here. Don't blame you. Or send the snow to the East Coast. They have lots. Yeah, they like snow over there. Snow melting over there only means winter is coming for me soon. Yes. Yep, you guys will be having your winter here probably within the next, what, 2 months? It'll start your winter season in Australia. They had a big dumping in the East Coast. I'm in the East Coast. It's gone, thankfully. Yeah, really. You too, Jan. Have a good day, dear. I'll be heading that way. Um, little over an hour. So you have a good day yourself, and we'll catch you later, sweetie. Not necessarily been. Winter likes to fuck with. Yeah, we've had snow in April here, so definitely so. Winter likes to linger here in the upper Midwest. Up in Canada, Sarah, they had a storm. That it does. You're right. I've seen snow as late as May. I've not seen snow in May yet here, but like I said, we've had it fall and got like 3 or 4 inches of snow the third week of April. So we think it's all over with. We have 50 and 60 degree temperatures. All of a sudden, we wake up with almost 5 inches of snow on the ground, and it's 27 degrees. Mother Nature, Mother Nature. As long as those minus 50 temps don't come back, I'll be fine. Yeah, really. I don't blame you for that, Skipper. Oh gosh, it's gone for now. We've had snow on Easter, so who knows? Yeah, I had snow left in a pile in June. Wow, I've not seen it that bad here. Here in Canada, even in Toronto, it can snow in June. That was the last year I cleaned the entire lot. But I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I worked. Of course, next week, Super Bowl weekend. Um, my Steph's aunt and uncle, her aunt, which manages the bar, they're going to actually have their Super Bowl party at the bar. Now they usually have 15, 20 people, whatever, show up at their house. Steph makes spinach dip. Everybody brings a dish. Uncle Steve, works for 2 days to get food. Um, they're actually going to move it to the bar and open the bar up for a Super Bowl party. But it is a pitch-in, so God knows how much food's going to be there. Snow is cool. I've only ever seen the snow once my entire life, and I was a kid at the time. Mine was the worst. And as long as you're home, doesn't get buried in it. Yeah, exactly. Weekend was great. Finally got all the Christmas decorations down and put away. I know it took us a while. Yeah, we had everything down right after New Year's. It's kind of a tradition here. You know, put them up right after Thanksgiving, take them down right after New Year's. Um, but yeah, we had all of ours down real quick. Sarah, you weren't alive for the worst, the winter of '78. Yeah, Sarah's kind of young still. Winter of '78. I will never forget that as long as I live. Driving down, trying to drive down the highway, and there's snow like it's like 20 feet walls of snow, and the highway is a single path, and they got these alcoves cut out for cars to pull into so other cars could pass. That's what the winter of '78 was like. There you go. Have a good day.
You too.
I'll message you when I get home. All right, babe.
Love you.
Love you.
No.
I wouldn't mind at least. I know no one would break in as long as I'm warm and can use my Xbox. 1985. I'm 38. No spring chicken. You're still young, girl. Don't even start that. You're still young. Take advantage of it. Enjoy it. Up near Perry Sound, northeast of Great Lakes, used to get buried in snow a foot or two over the house. Had to dig out if you could, or wait to be dug out. 38 is a puppy. Good morning, Ian. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well this morning. Mr. Yo-Yo, huh? I got your yo-yo for you. Problem, Ben, is that often those heavy storms knock out power. Yeah. I just turned 38 on the 3rd of February. Now, happy belated birthday, man. I had no clue just a couple days ago. Very cool. That they do. Oh yeah, they'll knock out power. That's for sure. And you know, people don't think about it, but our furnaces, though they are ran on gas, the thermostat is electric, and the on off switch to a furnace is electric. So if your power gets knocked out, even though you have a working furnace, it's not going to work until power gets turned back on. Hard to restore power when you can't find the power lines. 1978 was the year I was trying to adjust to moving to Alberta from Ontario. Gas was 52 cents a gallon, and I was paying $98 a month for rent. Good times. Very good times. Has heat in the house, needs no electric. See, that's what I wish we had was an old wood stove or a fireplace. Not even our little, you know, our little electric fireplace under our TV will do anything because, well, it's electric. This is a mount. This is a wall mount vent-free heater. Wall. Yeah, those would all mount would all mount heaters. They're pretty good too. My three electric, one gas fireplace. Really wish I'd put in a wood fireplace. I always liked a wood fireplace. I like the way it smells. I like the way it looks. Love the way it heats. I I, I had a trailer one time years and years ago, like 97 or 98, that had a wood fireplace in it, and it was just absolutely amazing. It was a wonderful. It started getting cold. I started buying wood. I do have a wood stove here for the cabin and a propane wall mount heater as well. But a true fact, fireplaces actually can't heat your home like others can. I don't like the smell of wood fireplaces. See, that's one of the things I miss about camping most, is not getting the smell of the burning wood every weekend, and that's why the last event of the year, I'll take extra clothes with me that I don't plan on wearing, and I will hang them somewhere around the fire. That way, all winter long, if I start to get cabin fever or something like that, I'll pull those clothes out of the box, and you can still smell that wood smoke on them and stuff. And and it kind of does away with that, cabin fever a bit. Fireplaces are inefficient. They really, honestly are for the work that goes into them. Um, they really are inefficient. But I mean, they heat the immediate area. I don't care about since wood is pretty dirty. There is one house near me that burns wood. Fireplace smells so good. Like to know what they burn. Hmm, that's very curious. I've known people that burn apple a lot, only because of the way it smells. I think they're pretty, but uh, what's that say? I bet I may would prefer a gas one, but I maybe would prefer a gas one. Gas fireplaces are nice, but you got to make sure you get the fan so the heat can be distributed. Yeah, that's the hardest thing, is getting the fan to the point where your heat is distributed evenly, outside of maybe a 10-foot radius, or a 15-foot radius around the fireplace. I originally cheaped out and didn't get the fan, so the heat just kept going up the tube. Yeah. A damper's very important. Oh man. But like I said, um, early off in the video, um, the wife and I have discussed it. I did go ahead and apply for Survivor season 47. I submitted the application and the application video yesterday morning. Um, and you guys will be able to see the video tomorrow morning. Um, the application video that I sent in, and starting on Wednesday, I will be going to the gym on all of my days off and going back on um, my 10-year ago weightlifting program first when I was first able to break my 200 threshold weight wise. So I dropped about 30 pounds in the gym. Um, I went to the gym for about 18 months straight, and I dropped 25 or 30 pounds. But I couldn't break that 200 threshold because muscle weighs more than fat. So, but I leaned up and everything, and I was starting to. Um, but I was. I don't have nothing against Jim. I like Jim. Wood stoves are entertaining to cook with. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And that's one thing that I really like about doing any encampments or reenactments at the historic fort in Fort Wayne, Indiana, is the fireplaces in the officers' barracks, or the officers' quarters, I should say, because they have a couple of large barracks and they've got individual quarters. But all the fireplaces have the ironworks in them still. So you can do all your cooking, everything over the fireplace there. So, oh no, see, I've never used a wood stove to camp with. I've used open fires outside and fireplaces, and love it, love it. Cooking over fire is good though. Oh yeah, very good. My missus is shopping for a wood cook stove. Sounds good. Nothing beats a good a nice warm stove. Whether it's you know I especially like wood, but that's just my own preference. Um, I'm actually thinking about this summer sometime building an outside um, fire beehive pizza oven, so I can cook pizzas outside in the beehive and stuff. My mom had one when we had our first daughter. Everyone in chat, hello, and a good whatever part of the day it is for you. Or what are you? Hey, Templar, good to see you, bud. Yeah, that spell check, man, on phones and computers and stuff like that. They can be very interesting. Then again, so can, you know, non-caffeinated fingers when you're typing and just you're saying it in your head and you're typing it. And I've actually done it a few times myself. So it's not just you, Tony. Then again, you know, my phone, the Galaxy El Cheapo that I bought for whatever it was, all I could afford to buy a phone with last year. Um, if I'm in the middle of typing, talking to somebody, and they have the same thought that I do, I'll just sometimes type one or two letters of where I'm at in the sentence, and then just dot 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 dot. As soon as I move to the next line, it automatically prints the word out. So a lot of times, like I was saying something to the wife yesterday when I got home, and I said something to the effect of, "Yeah, that's what I was thinking." I was gonna say thinking, and I got THI, and I put dot 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 dot, and went to start the next sentence, and it printed thinking after the dot 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 dot, and she just laughed. I said, "It's this crappy phone, dude. It's not me." So yeah, when I type, it's by word. So I got the wrong R. R, 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 R. Come on, keep it warm. You keep it warm, I'll keep drinking it. Man, I miss my old percolator. You guys remember my old percolator? It was twice the size of this one. I only had to fill that thing up every couple days. And this thing here, if I'm in here all day working, I gotta fill this thing up twice a day. Sometimes 3 times a day. All updated cells have this pretext word program now based on words you use most. Yeah, I had to teach my cell phone how to curse. That was really funny. Was trying to type and you know sh- uh, sh- certain words would pop up in a sentence that just didn't make sense, and I'd be reading it, and it'd be like, what the hell did this thing just try to say? I mean, can't you say shit? Why do you have to say shoot? If your phone is like mine, I need to exercise it every day, or it calls people all kinds of things. Yep, yep, yep. Fire truck. That's always a good one. But I taught mine. This thing here will cuss like a sailor now. But when I first got it, but I mean I've even noticed on this phone that it doesn't have. And I don't know if you guys have realized this or not, but when you go out and you buy a cell phone, and it has X amount of memory, when by the time you install everything in the phone that's supposed to go in the phone, or everything that comes with the phone that you have to activate after activating the phone, it takes up about 3/4 of the memory. So if you don't have a memory card to go in it, then you're kind of screwed because you've already lost uh, 3/4 of the available memory in the phone. Um, I've got a couple of games, like slot games and stuff, that I play on my phone, and it'll be sitting there spinning, and just all of a sudden the whole thing go black and shut off. It's like, what? I was on a roll, damn you! I had almost 20 million in winnings right there. What the hell? I get fucking fucker. Had I woke up this morning, I had to tell you guys this because it's so freaking funny. I woke up this morning. I always go through all the messages on the phone that I received through the night. Before I ever start doing anything in here, I'm going through my phone, and I have an email from the platform telling me that one of my videos that I'd done last year could no longer be monetized, that copywritten material was found in my video. Now, it was a song. It was a song that I got off of YouTube Music. So they tell you to avoid copyright issues, use their music library to get songs for your videos, but then a year later they copyright that material and then they demonetize your videos, even though it's been there for a year and you got it from them. I don't text much. I must listen in on me. Yeah, Google's doing that thing now. The older videos we create, hitting up copyrights on older stuff. Yeah. They must have a pool of songs that aren't protected. They have to. They have to, because the really funny thing about it, and I was watching somebody's live stream. I don't remember. It might have been Dav's. I don't remember what we were talking about. But as music creators find out their songs are becoming popular, a lot of times they'll copyright them so they can start making money off their own music. Then it starts to affect us as content creators for using copyright free music. So I just kind of laughed about it. It's like, okay, whatever. Thanks for letting me know. Have a good day. I'm not monetized anymore, so I don't care. Yeah, me either. I mean, we're eligible for monetization, but they don't make it possible to monetize your channel on anything but a computer. And frankly, yeah, the only thing that I have to do is send in copies of my ID to verify my identity. But I have no way to upload onto this broken old computer with a non-working screen, because it does not have email. So I have no way to put pictures of my ID on the computer to use the computer to verify my identity. So yeah, it sucks a little bit. But one of these days we'll figure it out. Here comes another train. I can hear it 2 miles down the track. Technically speaking, copyright exists on creation. Hold it a few copyrights. Heard some people look at copyright free content and music, turn around and buy the copyright to it, then go around trying to make money off people who have used it true and or not, don't know. Well, don't forget what happened to me, 3 years ago. I used um, public photos for a video. I mean, 1800s photos. And, you know, somebody, somebody claimed a copyright on 3 of the photos on 3 different days. And boom, 3 copyright strikes. What did Drew have to do? Drew had to start a new channel. And see, the funny thing about copyright is copyright didn't start until like the 1940s. So anything that you use previous to the activation of a copyright law is supposed to be non-copyrightable. That's why you'll hear me use a lot of old music and um, stuff like that, because it's supposed to be not, by law, it's supposed to be non-copyrightable if it predates. It's supposed to be grandfathered in if it predates the creation of copyright law. But we've come to find out there's always loopholes in the law. I got a copyright on an image I created by hand once. Had to fight for 3 months to prove I created it. I got copyright strike on music scale. A music scale. Yep. People will copyright anything if they think that um, if they think they can make money off of it, or they want to do somebody harm. Um, they'll copyright it. I like having a grandfather clause or a grandmother clause. Let's be fair. Yeah. Gonna be a very interesting week. Gonna be a very interesting week. Because even though The little dude probably will not be at work, and I will have the kitchen to myself. All the responsibilities that he done when he was there now falls onto my shoulders. So now I go in, I don't only open the kitchen and get all the grills and the ovens and the deep fryers and stuff turned on, do all the morning stock and prep, but now the bathrooms have to be clean, the entire dining room has to be mopped, the storeroom has to be mopped, all the stainless steel has to be polished, and this has all got to be done in an hour. So, so I'm not still doing it when we open our doors. Not looking forward to this. Got me a shiny new 17-foot Ron antenna here to match the 17-foot Ron sitting here behind me. Very cool. I knew you said that that new antenna was coming in this week, I think you said. Last week when we were discussing having a box big enough to ship that nice piece. You said you had a big enough box coming in. I thought you said this week. So good. You should be getting some good. You should be getting some good sound coming through those radios with two 17-footers sitting back there. Oh, that was a different antenna. Oh, okay. I evidently ordered this while having a sugar issue. I have no memory. Tony, by the time you get done setting up antennas and stuff on that property, that place is going to look like some kind of CIA surveillance situation there. He's setting up antennas and dishes and stuff. Place be looking like SETI. Just remember, when the wife retires and you guys get to move to the cabin, you got to take all these things down, take them with you. It'll be painted camo. That makes sense. That's what I'd do. I mean, it makes sense. Really? Why the hell that? How in the hell a piece of marble stuck to the bottom of a ceramic cup when there's nothing sticky on either one of them? Wow. Ah, I am bewildered. Evidently, I ordered it and a bunch of coax fittings for various uses. Uh, and I'm sure that being the creative individual that you are, you will find uses for everything. The fittings I will use, so I wasn't completely gone. Yeah, well, makes sense. I need a piece of coax. Well, not anymore. We don't because we have the new Wi-Fi here. We got rid of Xfinity and their $160 a month bill, and now we pay like $35 a month through T-Mobile. But and it's much better internet. But used to be we had um, the Xfinity plugged into a piece of coax cable, and we had to set it 6.5 feet away from where the coax cable came to the wall, but it was only a 6 foot piece. So it sat on the edge of the microwave, turned sideways. So, we could make up for that 6 inch difference on the, yeah, same problem guys have all the time, trying to make up for that 6 inch difference. Um, if there's ever a catastrophic occurrence, I'm heading to Tony's place. There must be a fallout shelter somewhere on his property. No, no, Night, not just yet. No, but he will have one. Whether it's a great big, huge underground tank, or he buries 3 school buses out in the backyard somewhere and hooks them all together with walkways and corridors and stuff. Tony would definitely be the one that I would run to. I would take my family, I would take my wife and daughter, and I would run to Tony's in the event of an SHTF situation. Um, yeah, I would, between his armory and his mentality. Um, Tony would definitely be the one that I would run to. Yeah. Hey Debbie, good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing well this morning. Um, Here though, my garage is half buried. There you go. This is why you and anyone else will not know my address. I wish the hell my hands would warm up. Yeah, it's a little chilly here this morning. Actually, it's supposed to, like I said, it's supposed to get up to 48 degrees. Um, but it's only well, that was 3:28 this morning. Hold on, let me update here. Right, 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 right. Oh wow, okay. It's gone up the whole 20. It's gone up a degree since 3:30 this morning. It's 27 degrees here now. So it's supposed to go up another 21 degrees today. So we'll just wait and see. We just have to look for 17-foot antennas. Now you know it's going to be a complete complex with many rooms for various reasons. I've been toying with camo netting over my solar rig. Would the camo netting interfere with the solar rays that your solar rig has to collect to adequately power the batteries? That's the question. Some yes, but don't know how much. Okay. Yeah, because I've been under camo netting before, and though it doesn't cut out all the light, it does significantly cut out a percentage of it. So yeah, that'd be hmm, curious. approach from different angles, we can always triangulate the location. Yeah, you can. Hey, Justin. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good this morning. I am less worried about venomous snakes, Tony, than I am about, when we're coming 5 minutes before we get there and finding a nice sniper location. Yeah, I would be more worried about that than I would venomous snakes. I think it depends on the weave or the hole spacing. Very true. Left side is killing me. What's wrong with your left side, Justin? Really don't want to kill people. Good morning, me. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good this morning. We're talking about everything under the sun, same as we usually do. Same as we usually do. Talking about everything. I don't know. It just hurts like hell. Hmm. Did you do anything at work last night that would have caused you a strain or a bruising or something like that? I've done it once. Don't care to repeat that. I don't blame you, Tony. I really don't. 1 a.m. Good night. You have a good sleep, Debbie. You take care of yourself, and we'll catch you later. Go get some rest, dear. You need it. Most venomous snake. There will be Tony. Wow. Ouch. Snakes try to avoid things they can't eat. It's true. Cottonmouths, they can have a bit of a tood. Yeah, I'll never forget doing a trail walk when I was in junior high. There were several of us that went on a field trip to a local state park in Indiana, and we were walking on some of the back trails, and one girl stepped from she was on the trail, and then there was a log that dropped down probably 7 inches to the trail again, and she stepped down, and the second she stepped down, she looked, and there was a cottonmouth coiled up right beside the trail. I mean, maybe 8, 10, 12 inches max from where her foot landed. So everybody, she jumped, and it didn't move. It didn't strike at her, but it was coiled up. If she would have got any closer to it, it probably would have struck at her. But she let everybody know, and they all moved to the far right side of the trail. So they put about 2.5 feet, almost 3 feet between them and the snake. So, but that's the only time I had seen a cottonmouth in a striking pose. So, rattlesnakes are lazy. Yeah, I mean, they'll come at you if you startle them. They'll come at you if you get too close to them. Um, Probably because they know they're delicate, and those fangs are their only defense. So, yeah. Uh, who's ready for the Kalamazoo Living History Show next month? Me. Me. I can't wait. I'm looking very forward to it. That's a good possibility, Tony. Uh, the mate was probably right there somewhere nearby, and rattlers will avoid if at all possible. Same with copperheads. Well, water moccasins. Yeah. Oh, I'll know. It's funny you bring up moccasins. Um, my cousin and I took a canoe down the Mississinawa River out of Marion, Indiana, one time, and we went about 5 miles down the river, camped for the night, and we were going to paddle back up the river, but the current was too strong, so we had to forage the canoe. Luckily, the water was only, about yay deep. Um, so we pulled the canoe up the river, and we were pulling it up the river, and we saw a water moccasin on a rock right in front of us, and he turned around and said, move far right. There's a moccasin up here. And then he turned around and looked, and it was gone. I have never in my life seen a fat boy jump that high. I mean, he literally come right up out of the water and into the canoe. And here I am holding on the back of the canoe, and the current slowly turning it around. And I never did see that snake. He jumped back out, and then I was in the lead after that. So, yeah. I'm kidding. When I was a baby, they would put a rattler in my crib to lull me to sleep. Yeah, I think that was a rat hole. I don't think that was a rattler. I think it was a rat hole. Good morning, Chad. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well this morning. Oh, yeah, feeling much better. Feeling much, much better. I knew a guy that was paddling down a creek. Creek. That's what we called him growing up, was a creek. I knew a guy paddling down a creek. He had 2 cottonmouths drop into his boat at one time. Freaked him out. I bet it did. I bet it did. He couldn't shoot an aluminum boat. And the funny thing is, the first thing I thought of when I read that was, I bet he found out just how effective a paddle could be um, against a snake in a small confined space. Pitched him with his paddle. There you go. no witness to said events. Yeah. But I will say he looked pretty shook after. It would make sense, man. If I was going down a creek or something like that, and I had, you know, moccasins or something, cottonmouth, fall into my boat in a small confined space like that, I probably would have chopped a hole in the bottom of that boat with my paddle, trying to kill them snakes. So, yeah, that I know of, he gave up boating. Yeah, that's something I got to do this summer. I think is find a new home for my canoe. A neighbor gave me a canoe here, what, about 5 years ago, and I painted it up like a birch bark, and it has sat out here right beside the jailhouse the whole time because it's so frickin' heavy. We can't put it on any of the vehicles to transport it down to the lake to go out and use it. I mean, this thing must weigh, Jesus, it must weigh 400 pounds. We tried to put it on my buddy's Crown Vic, and it actually started to dent in his roof. And that's the car we carry all of our tent poles and stuff on when we go out and do a reenactment or something. But our poles, our flag poles, our shovels, everything gets tied to the roof of the Crown Vic. And we tried to put that canoe up there one time, and it just started crunching the roof in. So he picked it back off real quick and put it back over on its stand, and it's sat there ever since. So yeah, I think I need to find a home for the old canoe. Figured that this creek was just a few feet wide and in places completely canopied for the length he went down except for the swimming hole. Makes sense. Oh, goodness gracious. For all the years I've lived there, I never once saw a live venomous snake. Hmm. I've only seen a couple of them. Of course, I told you guys the story about back when I lived in Texas, and we were doing the gun shoots and the reenactments and the primitive encampments there. And we went out to get firewood the one day, and I was just sitting there picking up logs and handing them to the girl I was dating when I was down there. And I picked up this one log, and there's a baby rattlesnake about that long, and it's all coiled up, and that little tail's just going, and there's no sound coming out of it. And she freaked out, jumped up on the tailgate. She's like, that's a rattlesnake. I'm like, it don't make any sound. She goes, it's a baby. They haven't got rattles yet. So I reached over and took a log off the tailgate and thump, 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 and it didn't wiggle no more. Yeah, I thought about that, Tony, after we got the rest of the wood loaded and got back to camp. It's like, gee, if there was one baby rattlesnake, where was mom and the other baby rattlesnakes at? Oh well. And the babies, the immature ones are the ones you really got to worry about, because when an adult rattlesnake bites you, they bite and recoil. They only dump a little bit of venom into you. The babies will actually empty their entire venom sac when they bite into you. So yeah, that's a little dangerous. I didn't know that at that time. So what they say is true. Um, Ignorance is bliss. Come on, come on, fill the cup, fill the cup. We ain't Australia. Our venomous snakes won't kill you. Yeah, providing you get fairly prompt medical care. Yeah, and it's really funny because when I took the baby rattler back to camp and threw it on the fire ant hill, um, people told me, you know, well, I have a shot, or I have this, or I have that. If in case somebody gets bit, we didn't even know we had them out here. I'm like, it's frickin' West Texas, y'all. Of course you got them out here. Show me a place in the desert region of Texas that don't have rattlesnakes. Nah, there wasn't enough meat on this thing to eat. I laid it on a fire ant hill and let the fire ants clean it off. And I went to one of the traders at camp, and I bought some really pretty cobalt blue beads. And when the fire ants got done with it, it was pretty much just a little skeleton laying there. So I made a pair of earrings for the lady that was hosting the event. So I mean, parts of it got used. Only heard fire. So yeah, I'll tell you what. You want to see something that's terrible? I mean, and it's something I never encountered in the Midwest or even down in Tennessee. And that was fire ants. I mean, it took them about 3 hours to completely clean that that skeleton. I mean, they just never in my life they completely cleaned that thing. It was amazing. I'd stroll back over because the fire ant hill was probably only about 50 feet from my tent. I'd stroll back over on occasion and look, and it was mind-boggling how quickly those ants cleaned that skeleton. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Yeah, yeah, I've ate rattlesnake before. It was, you know, professionally made, but yeah, it's a lot like chicken. I was 8 or 9, so take that info with a grain of salt. No, no, you're absolutely right. I ate rattlesnake when I was in Texas, but it was like I said, it was professionally cooked, and it had about the same taste of chicken. Now buffalo, I love buffalo. If I had a place around here where I could get buffalo that wasn't almost a 3 hour drive for me, I'd have buffalo all the time. I love good bison, buffalo burgers, buffalo roasts, buffalo rump, all very very good, um, and a very very fat free meat. It's very lean. It's very good to cook. Elk is the same way. Um, Deer, depending upon where you get it from, could be considered the same way too. But elk and bison, definitely a very very lean, very healthy meat. Elk and some green collared chili was the hottest concoction I'd ever experienced. Wow, wonder what the chili was. But it was really really good. I bet it was. I've never had elk I didn't like. The same with buffalo. We had so many snakes around when I lived at the hunting club. I always carried a gun when I was outside. Deer, moose, snake, buffalo, bison, ram, gator, beaver. It was chilly, like a bowl of rays. Hmm. Never had moose. Never had ram. And I'm not going to comment on the beaver thing because I want to keep this live stream as politically correct as I possibly can and not offend anybody in the process. Um, my mom's stepdad could not eat it, but I could. Moose is okay. Now, see, I like bear, but it's just such a greasy meat. Um, but once again, a very good meat. At least I thought so. But it's about that time, guys. We got less than a minute left, and I got to start getting ready for these earlier hours again. Yeah, very greasy, very greasy. That it was. My favorite game of all is pheasant. I've never eaten pheasant. Never eaten pheasant. Where I grew up at, we seen one pheasant in 19 years. And it was right when we moved out there, and it flew across the road in front of us. And that's the only time I'd ever seen a pheasant. Um, yeah, all wild game needs to be cooked properly. You're absolutely right. Um, but in its own way, I guess it's one of those give or take things. Some folks like it, some folks don't. So, but all right, guys, I'm going to hit it so I can go and actually get dressed for work, and head out of here as quick as possible. Almost a coyote, but passed on. No, but the hides make real good crafting material, be it for a good hunting bag or whatever the case may be. It's way better if the hunter don't push the wounded critter. Let the thing die in peace. Yep, definitely so. Definitely so. But all right, guys, I'm going to hit it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Don't forget, check out that video tomorrow morning. It's the one that I submitted to CBS for Survivor Season 47. And then Thursday, I think we have a video on Exposed, the truth behind the Blood Duchess, Elizabeth Bathory. A little bit of historical truth to go with the legend that may just prove that she wasn't the prolific serial killer that history's documented her to be. So that's it for today. Until Friday morning, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. And we'll catch y'all here in a few days. Have a good day, y'all.